tree is a mystery, 1/2 mile ahead. The aquarium is only 15 miles from here. Is this the ocean or is it just a bay? Wow. Oh. Look at that. Trees of Misery is like right on the coast. I did not know that.
in most of those songs as well.
Everyone can find something that they like about every different song, and there's always a connection to you.
Different around here. XM, the
USS out of Colesmobile, now part of the Friday edition Afternoon Buffalo Buffet. Hey, I am SiriusXM's Katie Spradlin. That is a song that Jimmy's buddy Sonny Landreth from Lafayette, Louisiana wrote, and also an amazing slide guitarist. And Jimmy Buffett, never one to waste good, of course, had Sonny Landreth play his slide guitar all over that. And it's now part of our Friday. As we get you ready for what's happening in less than 30 minutes from now, a double concert.
Ocean World for you.
As you know,
miles
out with the
ahead
Doobie
on
Brothers on the
left
Doobies Walk
open
This Road Tour. Tomorrow, show number 4 of this 20 summer stop will be in Bristow, Virginia. But it all kicked off this past Monday, the legendary Pine Knob. Now, later in the tour, we're going to be able to play for you live the Coral Reefers portion of a couple of the evenings. But we got permission to play not only the Coral Reefers, but the Doobie Brothers live on Monday, and we are sharing it back with you this weekend. So coming up at the top of the hour, the first of what's going to be several airings through Monday, we'll have the Coral Reefers full portion of the Monday evening, and then the Doobies full portion of the evening. So hopefully stick around for all of that and enjoy it with us. Here is Jimmy Buffett now. This is Slack Tide.
Take a nap in the shade. You can't hold back the moon.
In 1/10 of a mile, turn left. Turn left ahead, and then, in 200 feet, turn right.
It turns mountains to sand. Yeah, oh Noah.
Proceed on the current road.
Mile 363 is the last one for Oregon. Here's the Welcome to California sign. That says, I don't know what it says. Ilias Way. Del Norte County line. There's the green, no, that's not a green marker either. Need to see one of those numbers on the road. Smith River. Can't see what those mile markers say. 46. That can't be right. Air quality burn permits required. Ooh, that's pretty. There it is. Nope, that's not a green one either. 45 dBn. these flags are in slow motion when I come up.
A good weekend. I think it's one of the last few weekends of summer. I think we got about a month of summer left.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to embrace that.
I brought a pool with me.
Okay, good. Good.
I'm usually the slow driver. Norte Coast Redwoods State Park, 1925. Oh shoot, my GPS is off again. I hate it when that He went to all that effort to pass me, and now he's slowing down to turn left. Mill Creek Campground.
Now the guy, it's beautiful. And you weren't there. Yeah.
Here on Radio Margaritaville. Patrick, it's a very special day here on Friday Nights with Ryan and Patrick. We have a little buddy with us in the studio.
We do. You are watching your friend's pug, Kai, and
Yes.
he's kind of going to town with some licking right now.
Yeah, Kai, you have anything you want to say?
Let's see.
Maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, but I think we got some good pug snorts in there.
I think we did.
He is absolutely a pug, and he is in every way. That little nose and that big tongue, whatever he's up to. So our third co-host, he's not getting a rape. We don't like the big treats. This is Buffett Bates now, our non-stop Jimmy Buffett music. It's Weather with You on Radio Margaritaville.
Walking around.
Thank you, Captain Tony. Every bridge, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay. Beautiful People by Jimmy Cliff on.
Crazy signs. Where does this Vista Point go? just as scenic. The Giants Highway 254 or the road to the right?
Proceed on the current road.
Hopefully it won't get lost again. 99 miles. I skipped the Founders train, didn't I? Redwood Park's next, right? Myers Flat. No, I'm not going there. Famous One Tree House. Alright, a tree house. Myers Flat is where the second tree was, right? A high water marker. Where'd the water come from? Car on the right, he's lost. His GPS told him to go that way for the drive-through tree and lied to him. Bigfoot store is probably close. Yeah, it's close to Slate. That should really be a Bigfoot pedestrian crossing sign. Something is for sale down there. Richardson Grove State Park. Next one would be the grandfather tree, right? Or the tree house. I think it's the grandfather tree. The one log house and the grandfather tree. Okay. Next comes the treehouse. There's paintball on the left. Do people still do paintball?
Family, we are back with another episode of Too Easy Radio. I'm your host, Matt. We're happy to be here with you. Together, we are one big dance music family.
Strangely, will become one of the songwriter. The 55th Annual Hall of Fame Gala here in Music City, set for October 6th. But
there's the tree house. I'm gonna stop here and change the battery.
By fate, agree with.
Why is it 91 degrees outside? Eat it, pull over.
come live. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. This is so.
The moon with no headlights, and we'll pull it over. She just said no, not this time. Not this time. You told me it'll be alright. I heard him say, oh, alright. It will be alright. Whatever your situation is, he's gonna. The promise of God is always yes and amen. He's gonna turn it around for you and me.
Sandwiches to our artists tonight. They're
Am I not being clear?
Is over.
Drive through trees. Drive through tree is that way, the first one. So the second one was at Myers Flat.
on these songs.
Then we wrote our own. Hear both on Jonas Brothers Hometown Radio on Sirius XM.
To the football team, and he'll
Has school supplies starting at 25 cents.
To it all was Russell.
12,000. Ivan, you know,
And Scotty Pippen.
Yeah, I mean, that's really where we're at in this time.
Nation are very impressed. You.
Dan Bausma earlier, and Scott brought it up about needed a spark.
use some as hot as it's.
Look, Bubba J, you.
No.
Should check out. We can't.
Have you heard of that? See the size of this guy's.
There's other stuff I needed to tell you about them, but
So I want to say that.
Friend. Probably hates
It's a fair point.
This is not a. Yeah. I mean, it.
All three have gone back.
A man in the shackle.
The pharmaceutical industry. How are they likely to take it or to battle back or to self-justify? How do you expect pharma to respond to all of what?
Right now, let's take a deep breath together. Come on, let's be noisy. Come on, I didn't hear your noisy one.
Beat the final boss of high interest credit card debt with a SoFi.com/boost to more. SoFi.com/BOOST.
With the Sirius XM app.
But my favorite part of this, there's like 20 things in here. All of these, he wrote a bunch of
This podcast.
5 more sleeps till Christmas, 5 more sleeps till Halloween, I'm sensing a trend here. That he wrote, like, he's got 10 children's books, but not an actual
Tan Oak Park.
I used to read these to Joe Biden in the Oval. Yeah, here's the my favorite one, Con Polo. He Playtime adventure. You benefit from it. So what do you think? You want any of this stuff? What do you think of this stuff overall?
Well, I told you last night you did a great job. I can tell you again. You did a great job, Greg.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I do think it was a positive thing for the culture.
Yeah.
The fact that the two of you sat down and you didn't talk about politics at all.
Yeah.
You sat there, you had a conversation. I do want to know, did you rehearse the run and jump hug?
Weather Center, the Northern Plains in the Midwest.
I've heard.
In just a moment.
Your share of the market, Pokemon still is dominating the space.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Same with our store too, right? We would say when you look at our sales, 60% of our sales are Pokemon TC.
A better to-do list.
All in one convenient place. Download the NPR app in your app store today or go to npr.org/app.
This is a wide lane.
Him to get to meet his cousins and get outside of the city and eat the food and interact as just regular people.
It seems like, thank you, Alan. Yeah.
Yep.
I was going to say, it seems like everybody's had everybody at least.
You, Hometown Radio with the Jonas Brothers. For a limited time, Channel 79, and at home with the SiriusXM app.
866-957-2874.
Vote for him. See, I always bring it down what the goats can get. Because I can't see myself wanting to be in the company of a child raped.
I know all about that, yeah. Shelly will give it the last word.
Very nice. We just apologize after we insult. But that's what we do. Really.
I know.
It was a waste of time, but God is going to make the rest of your life so fulfilling.
Your title. So if you were a knight, you would lose your knighthood. So sure enough, the men found out she left. They found out where she went. And they came. It doesn't say who it was. It was probably her uncle. If her father was alive.
Helping build strong Catholic families.
Transportation routes and create a...
Perdomo at first, only one out. And the 0-2 pitch from Austin Gomber is swung on and fouled right off the bat for Goodman.
You can't put them in the face, no, they need to see the sky. You keep them in the ground, there's no moving them around. They were born to be wild. 34.
Internet 848. Odds.
It's good all the time. If he then you lying in the rain, in the sun.
I made, knew what I felt, I wasn't afraid. I knew I had to risk it. No
And so she's not sick anymore.
So do you be better than the LeBron James one? And well, get a call, and it's 1-1. We cab in the pastures that we
That's Rock and Roll, a 3-CD collection of the all-time greatest rock hits. Experience music from some of the most important rock and roll trailblazers.
Share my heart for just one moment.
Atención, ama.
From the Twitter machine, if you will, or the X.
For now.
Outside of maybe a red zone package or something for Kenny Minchie, but if we were
With the team at VSiN on channel 158 and the Sirius XM app.
Position for New York. Challenged him with a fastball at 100 on the outside part of the plate, and
Carlos Correa, but still, he's got that arm strength to get it over there.
This down through pretty hard.
Single ball.
Here's Jeffers. Jeffers a 3-hit night. He has a 10-game hitting streak. He's hitting nearly 360 in his last 22 games. Pitch on the way. Jeffers watches the strike in the outside corner.
Schmidt.
Last.
le match est terminé, on va nous dire comment.
Panama in the summer, the flash camera from Canada blast, like the reality mask, slipping, I need to relax. I can feel the rain on my skin and pour, feel the crowd to roar.
My mama said, kid, say what you needin'. Hey, hey, we rada, music, kid, McQuarrie.
Willits. Drop a game that they were in the driver's seat.
Besides, these pigs will still fuck us if we've got mustaches. Yeah, yes.
What actually happens when you stop. But most of the time, when you stop...
D'abord, on n'a pas ce mode de...
7 p.m. Jacksonville Jaguars taking the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jaguars on Sirius 81 Access.
Is there somewhere I can meet you? 'Cause I'm paralyzed. This crushing on.
Big 40 hits on Sirius XM's 80s on 8. Number 19.
Clack, it feels just fine. Sugar pine trees, they wave hello. Whistle blows and off we go. Narrow tracks, narrow track, narrow track, narrow track. Through the hills we're coming back. Sugar pine, sugar pine, sugar pine. Yosemite skies, they're yours and mine.
Funny / ironic that a longtime animal rights activist and known vegetarian would title her second solo album Fur. From that album, Rush Hour is Jane Wiedlin's most successful solo single, and this week it slips from its number 9 peak position back to 19 on your VJ Big 40 here in the 80s. I'm Mark Goodman. We are halfway home. We've cracked the top 20, and at 18, a song that came out of a jam session at this band's house on the Sunset Strip. Slash was playing a fingering exercise that sounded a bit like a circus melody and was making faces at drummer Steven Adler. Izzy Stradlin came up with some chords, while Duff chimed in with the bass line, and Steven Adler created a beat. Slash says in his memoir that within an hour his guitar exercise became something else. Axl happened to be listening upstairs and wrote lyrics about his then-girlfriend Erin Everly that he completed by the following afternoon. After a couple of tweaks, we get this tune at number 18 on the VJ Big 40, Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine.
Rusty wheels hum on a timber spine, through the redwood towers, past the sugar pine. Smoke whispers low, it lingers, it climbs. Ride the narrow gauge, feel the old world roll, where the stories steam and the echo stroll. Tracks through the pines where the heart feels home. The whistle cries like a lonesome dove, wood creaks beneath, it fits like a glove. The past and present, hand in hand, they shove through a forest hymn, through a timeless dream, where the trees keep secrets and the engines gleam. Ride the narrow gauge, feel the old world roll, where the stories steam and the echoes stroll. Tracks through the pines where the heart feels home. The mountains whisper, the rails reply, their song will linger when we say goodbye. The sugar pine shadows stretch toward the sky. Rusty wheels hum on a timber spine. Through the redwood towers past the sugar pine. Smoke whispers low, it lingers, it climbs. Ride the narrow gauge, feel the old world roll, where the stories steam and the echoes stroll. Tracks through the pines where the heart feels whole. So cries like a lonesome dove. Wood creaks beneath, it fits like a glove. The past and present hand in hand, they show. And the engines gleam.
These are like the most righteous songs from this week in like 1988. The Big 40 Countdown with like the original VJs. Sirius XM 80s on 8.
Ride the narrow gauge, feel the old world roll, where the stories steam and the echoes stroll. Tracks through the pines where the heart feels whole. The mountains whisper, the rails reply. Their song will linger when we say goodbye. The sugar pine shadows stretch toward the sky.
On Chicago 19, and it's the first single